Sinasibiziwe waze wabonaga. Let's go. Sinasibiziwe waze wabonaga. Sinasibiziwe Easy, still want some more. Jangan.
Oh, yeah, 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 7 Yellow Street, Orlando East, Escozeni, Kosi, Nagalina Kenanewo, and I will be leading the announcements for today. We are in the first season of the African Royal Calendar cycle, which is the season of Asar. Asar, 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 So the things that align us with the season of Asar, Inyanga Khwedi is September, Ije Litaba, stone is melachite, Umbala, Mala, color is green, Intimbi, TP is iron, Impepo is cypress, Amaka is cinnamon. This is the cinnamon you get to light the chompepo for alignment. This is the cinnamon to light the chomsamo for alignment. And then we have Isihlahla, which is acacia, Izilwane, Rem, and Pear. Bayede ndaba ezitha. Museleli Asar. Oh, siyaphakade. So yes, Asar is the king. He is one of the most important gods in ancient Egypt. He plays a double role. He is both a god of fertility and the embodiment of the dead. He is a ruler of the underworld. So this is the African Royal Calendar, the book Umkhulu reads from when he does Umpahlo. Please do get yourself a copy for only 150 rands. You need this book in order for you to learn how to do Umpahlo after every 6 hours at home. And then our social media platforms, you can find and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at GEK_movement, on Facebook at GEK movement, and the private Facebook group is Wanabakhulu Basekemu, on YouTube at Great Empire of Kemet. Please do like, share, comment, subscribe, and please don't skip ads. This helps with the algorithm. At the market today, we have the Mahlori herbal products. This is the Mahlori cancer bush. It treats immune deficiency, diabetes, asthma, flu, gout, and stress. Then we have the Mahlori rub. You rub on cracked lips, heels, corns, and warts. We also have the truth seekers with the anks, earrings, rings, bags, and the incense for the msamo to align with you. Light it up at your msamo. Get it by going to the market. We also have Booksman. They search, find, deliver any kind of books you're looking for, and they're here to make sure books are easy to find nowadays. This is one of the books they got only for 180 rands. Only get it by going to the market. Then on Wednesdays, we give platform to Black-owned businesses to market their products for free. For that, you can email your business profile to info@gekmovement.org. And then every Wednesday at 7 p.m., we engage topics on the African Royal Calendar on Twitter Spaces. If you do come across the post, please do retweet for awareness. And the topic for today is introducing the season of Asar. Asar, 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 Amvusele, 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 Amvusele.
Aye. Vusa amazulu.
Vusa amazulu.
Besicala 5 minutes. Yeni.
Today's lesson is about the story of creation. Who can tell me what happened in the beginning? That's it.
There was a tomb.
What happened next?
Atum then introduced a shoe and technique.
Who are these? Shu and Tefnut.
Shu and Tefnut are the elements of air and water.
Sounds interesting. What happened next? Yeah, kids.
There was gap and root.
Gap and Nut. Aw, abo bani labo? Ungababona namhlanje abo Gap nabo Nut. Yebo nina.
When you step outside and you look up into the sky, you see Nut.
Spagapa. And then Gap yena?
And then Gap, when you look under your feet, that's where you see Gap.
Mhlaba. Aw, ngiyayithanda ke le education yenu. Niyitholaphi yonke le information?
Tell ku GEK kumkhulu Nsindiza, a great empire of Kemet.
Interesting. Mangifuna ukumthola lo mkhulu wenu, ngimthola.
On all social media platforms, Great Empire of Kemet, GEK_movement.
Athi ngicela ukuthi ngidala.
Thokozani bantwana. Today I want to test your spiritual knowledge. Limkhulu walona. Are you ready? Kimanga kamplela gore how many months are there in a royal calendar? Omunyana.
There are no months, there are 12 principles in the African calendar.
Asar.
Bayede ndaba ezitha. Useleli Asar. Wena Nkosi yaphakade. Yetheru. Nobuhle. Wena Nkomokazi, wena ophakanyisiwe.
Jehut mlomokazi, mahluleli wenzele, wena owazidalayo. Mvikelikazi onamaphiko. Wena onamaphiko azungeze izulu, amboza nomhlaba. Ngivusela ngenjabulo. Ngiphefumula umoya oqhamuka esandleni sakho esinamaphiko.
Here mtotana kapa state, here wezulu laseningizimu, here mhlanganiso amazwe amabili.
Siyakhuleka kuwe Gap, Nkosi yomhlaba. Wena wavela ngaphambi kwawo wonke amadlozi.
U-Asar wenza udade wakhe abe ngumvikeli wakhe. Uphephetha izitha zakhe avimbe okubi. Uphimisela amazwe anamandla.
Anpu, bayede kuwe Anpu, qaphi wasentshonalanga. Wena unamehlo abone ezweni lamathongo.
Sahmet.
Bayede Ndlovukazi, Sahmet Bast, wena oyilihle likamveli Mnqangi uRa.
Set. Bayede kuwe sitebhisi esingcwele. Isitebhisi esakhuphula uAsar inkosi yobuhlaza. Samusa emazulwini.
Not yenza impilo yami ibe ngeyakho.
Usekhet nemat. Hepet shet. Fenti, Amkadetu, Nehahau, Rerti, Maati F, Nebates, Nebaper Het, Setkesu, Umajnes, Kerti, Hedge Amsenef, Ambeseku, Neb Maat, Tenemi, Aati, Tutu F, Wamemti, Maan F, Keriseru, Keni, Shetkeru, Nechen, Serkeru, Basti, Raef, Haf, Taret, Kenemti, Anhotep F, Neb Harau, Serechi, Neb Abuhi, Nefertem, Temsep, Ari M, Ab F, Ahimu, Uturechit, Neheb, Nefert, Neheb Kau, Jesertep, Nefert, Af.
Hey!
Hey. Hey, guys. Abone nduzobani. Oops. No sabotage. Segment. Area stuff na.
Yeah, but
Ngekho.
you're good.
Hey, ingakho kumele nilona amavoice. Nizwa nini phimba ngaye. Nithi hey. Kepha kumele sithole name of God. Kunjalo manje. Ezizolika ingoma. Ngoba akepha siyabonga ukuthi noma kunzima kanjani kepha siyaphambili. I-attitude yethu la e-GK ubunzima esiba nabo sibthwala emahlombe siye phambili nabo. Namhlanje ngizobonga umveli nqanga umvuseleli amvuseleli Asar. Ngiyabonga makhetha ukuthi u-Asar they say ukuthi is a victor. Unqobe uset. Yingakho besiyomamukela nge-23. Manje into esemqoko ukuthi yonke lento esiyenzayo iyaphila. Lo moya uyaphila. Bonke bebelapha ba witnessing ukuthi we are not sucking anything. Everything has to resonate between what is above and what is below. So this is what we experience. And another thing, all these elements and these principles are alive. The sun is alive because you are alive. And the sun is conscious because you are conscious. So the day the sun gave us that dramatic act, the sun was feeling us because we were calling him the sun. City, basically, going. We're burning voice. The whole night. Kutiwa, the most important thing, is gesture. When you do a gesture at the proper time, then you experience what we call heka, natural magic. And they say, Guti, our ancestors want us as much as we want them. They are looking for us, for them to fully express through us. Yingakho, when you remain colonized in your mind, you are imprisoning them. Because they need full expression through your physicality. So it's important because we are dealing with a conscious beings. Don't look at the sun and the moon and think those are just cosmic elements that are there without any life. Because that is the source of life. Remember when we talk about the electromagnetic field, we are talking about that source. So therefore, they are conscious. Right at the last hour, when they're supposed to reap the benefits of being patiently waiting for Mvusele, bahamba bayolala. Right at the end, siyabaxolisela ngoba idlozi, remember we said when this renewal happens, even our ancestors are being renewed. They regain their strength again because the sun is now here on the southern hemisphere. So you can't separate your ancestor from the sun. You can't respect your ancestor above the sun because the sun is the source of everything. So meaning that when the sun is in hibernation during a winter season, your ancestors are in hibernation. Therefore, you can't request anything from them because they can't give you anything. All you have to do is to use your mental capacity for you to build a future that you want to see manifest. Now in September, you start during winter time because you can't then be bothering them when they are in prison with the sun. So when we were welcoming the sun, we're welcoming the whole package. At least my ancestors, they found me energetic, still singing at 4 or 5 in the morning. I wasn't sleepy because that's where the wisdom is. You can't fail at the end. You know, right, uzana into unati. How 3-4 soyolala? How? We are failing right at the end. So ngithi ngikhuze lento. Enzalo akulalwa. Ungamane ube imvithi ke the next day. Hey, ungakhona because like us. Bengizombie the next day, but I was proud of myself. Ukuthi I withstood the temptation of sleeping. And I had no opportunity for me to sleep. Because how do I invite people then I go and sleep? Doesn't make sense. So I see, let us wise up. Because we all want to benefit from partaking in such a, events. Remember, Guti, these events, they empower us. This is the real power that we're dealing with. Because as we acknowledge and respect each and every season inezipho zayo, it has its own gift for us. Like now, everything is being renewed. Even our system is being renewed. But what is being renewed the most, it's that creative, element within us. If you are a Jehuti communicator, that ability is being renewed. If you are a person that is supposed to till the land, that potential, meaning Guti, that is why we need to find ourselves at the core of our being. Who are we? I am not the flesh that you see. Kepa, I am the spirit that dwells within me. Asar. I'm segment uyalapha kanti futhi uyabulala. It's the most dangerous one. So what I'm trying to say, Uguti, you then need to find yourself because that potential is being renewed now. So stop living like a robot. And do exactly the same thing every day until you die. Find yourself. Let that spirit, that soul that dwells within you, find a full expression through you, through your talent, and nothing, difficult. Find your talent, because once you do that, you are then in alignment with the Zulu. Once you move out of that alignment, then there's frustration, there's everything, in life. You feel like taking drugs, you feel like killing yourself because you are not in alignment with the Zulu. So alignment is the source of all magic. When you are aligned, it's like the universe conspires with you so that whatever you think manifests. You think of something, there it is. It's not something that will happen after 3 years. No. When you are in a life, it's immediate like that. So the wisdom is right there. And the wisdom is in acknowledging the prevalent energy or spirit at a particular time. Because it gives opportunity for us to deal even with the physical challenge. Okwamanje, we all know ukuthi isikhathi samahlanya. All those that are mentally disturbed. Siyababona ke manje kuyavuseleleka yonke leyo. And this is the proper season for us to heal those people. Because the energy of Asar deals with the head. It heals everything that has to do with the head. There's no other better time for us to heal. And even Western, doctors, they acknowledge ukuthi ubuhlani bulatshwa yinyanga kuphela. It's only, traditional, or indigenous healers that can heal abantu abahlanyayo. Abahlanyi labantu. Because we have another picture of reality. You'll find that those people are right there, in another realm. They are directly communicating. But because we've been boxed into thinking that we are this physicality, this fleshy nook, we see them as mad. If only we could get closer to them and get the wisdom as to Isambulelo, what they are receiving, the divine message they are receiving. Yini. And we had our own way of dealing with, such cases. So this is the best time of healing. Everything that has to remember, Guti, Asar is Kalo. Is the head. So if the head is messed up, the whole body is messed up. It's like us, black people. Our heads are messed up. That's why Africa is like this. Because we are leaderless. We are led by people who agreed, to be subjugated voluntarily. Me, my boss. Somebody was giving an explanation of the word "sir." I was surprised. I was thinking it's something to do with "I'm still your slave." Yes, something like that. These are things that we just say, hey, says, ban. You don't know the behind the meaning. So therefore, it's very important for us as African people to reconnect with nature, because that's all we do. Power yet is not in politics or in economy, but it's in this nature, because whatever we want, we request, at the right time. Don't ask for things that, are prevalent in winter. You ask them in summer. That's foolishness. Then you think that the supreme, energy doesn't hear our cry. It's like when you kneel at the wrong time. You kneel with your colonizers. Hey, look at the foolishness we do in Easter and Christmas. Assisting, colonizers' ancestors to say, here we give you power more for you to colonize us and keep us in this condition forever. That is the foolishness of African people. And when you hear even the stats, 87% of all Africans are Christians. Imagine the damage that has been done. This one, it doesn't require our strength. It just requires our umpah. That's all. To say this is above us, it's your issue. You led them to be colonized because you didn't give them an open third eye for them to see the truth. It means what their third eye is closed. What's the use of having these two eyes when your spiritual eye is dead? You see, forgot. And this is the time when now you're supposed to be receiving divine information of what needs to happen moving forward. New ideas, new ideas that just spring out. Like you remember, the principle of Asar is renewal. Therefore, everything on earth is being renewed. Whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or you don't believe, everything is being renewed on earth. The new function of Asar, it's germination, meaning it is something that springs out. Ngesi lenduza ngemedu nature kutiwa unnefer. Unnefer, the one who springs forth. Meaning Guti, whatever you are working on now, definitely it will germinate. Especially when you are supporting it by what is called theology, which is a divine work. Don't be lazy. Before you sleep, you've got to do the spiritual work. Just like an ignorant African person. You just go to sleep without really doing the spiritual work. There won't be benefits. Love emoyeni. Aguna vila. There's no laziness that is going to give you results. You've got to commit, to the spiritual work, because when you do that, like we said, these elements, we talk about Asar, Heter, these are elements, and these are atoms. Atoms are alive. Tea in our body is just a conglomerate of atoms. So therefore, if connection is right there, they can see you. When you are lazy, don't think that you are hiding from them because you are underground, ground floor, or basement. Matters not, because that connection is there. As long as you are alive, they are witnessing and seeing everything that we are doing. The most important thing before teaching. Welcome to all those that are new. This is your home. This is your home. The great empire of Kemet. This is the real home of African people, because it was formed by a union of kingdoms on the continent. And that's the only structure that, united African people. After the great empire of Kemet fell, we became slaves like we are now, which is why it's important for us to re-establish that house. And our work here, we are preparing for those people who are given that opportunity to lead us. There's no ambition for us to be, leading while Samakosi, because I belong to a royal house myself. All of us do that. But what we are saying, we are preparing the ground for those that have that divine right to rule us. And that will demonstrate that they have that divine right. You can't just imagine because ubuye venda or ubuya le eMpumalanga uzalwe ebukhosini kepha you are ignorant. Do you understand? Awukho on these matters zomoya thina sisemoyeni. That is the foundation we are building. So whoever that must lead us into the future has got to be umuntu womoya. And the thing is, we don't want to hear your 1,000 words, how great you are as a king. We are born from this and that. We don't care about that. It's your actions that will give you that right. We will give you the right to go and sit on that throne and actually lead us. We can't be led by blind people like we've been led by blind people ever since, whether Makosi or politicians, they are the same, blind. So we are saying we don't have time for them to be sorting themselves out. We are organizing ourselves. We will lead them so that they follow the path of their ancestors that they have ignored or forgotten for all this time. Because lento lesiyenzayo into yamakhosi. When you talk about the calendar was devised by amakhosi and nobody else. And no structure can take credit of the civilization yomhlaba because it was the royal structure. But most of them decided to be sellouts, for them to be easily drawn by material things, because that's what they still follow, and privilege. So we are not there, Tina. We are not about materialism or a privilege of a person. A person, they've got to prove themselves to us that they are worthy to lead this African nation. And you need to know the ways of the heavens. You need to know the laws that govern the universe so that you can make us prosper. Kneel at the wrong time, because when are you still following a colonial time? Tina, we've reached, outgrown. We are now following the natural time. Therefore, Amakosi and whoever that is going to lead us, they've got to walk at that path. So this is the time, lasi vuselela kona, renewal of everything. Meaning ukuthi imipahlo esiyenza manje, i-communication, Jumvelingani nonomkhubulwane, ukuthi sivukile, siboneni, see us. We are conscious again, because that's the only thing that, blocked that communication between ourselves and our ancestors. We lost consciousness, even, of their existence. You then hear people being confused. I know, I believe in God. Who is God? They can't tell you. I know, they said we must just believe. Not in the African context. We don't do that. Everything we say has got to be tested. And for you to prove that it is real. And who can deny that we witness, all of us, when the Orion belt or the Orion star formation was in the east, the night yomlindelo, they lie in the east above us, which signifies, you know, a new cycle and the return of Umvelingani. I'm to say it. I'm to say it. And Umvelingani Asar, inkosi yamakhosi. Inkosi yamakhosi. Because there's no other element that is above hydrogen. Everything is hydrogen. Even you know, the symbol of Asar is a king holding you know, the crook and the flame, right? Because usignifier ukutini inkosi yamakhosi. Even in your periodic table, that is confusing us, telling us about all these elements, when there's only one element in our universe, and that is hydrogen. They go and tell you, oh, how many are there? 100 and something. Hey, there's nothing like that. There's only one element, which is hydrogen. The sun produces hydrogen. So therefore, as long as the sun still receives carbon, you know, to burn from ukulukulwa, the sun will be there. And the nut is in impilo, because our DNA is bonded by hydrogen. So therefore, Asar inkosi yamakhosi. Ngezwe abantu bathi hey, mina ngiyinkosi edlula wonke umuntu emhlabeni. Nonsense. Inkosi yamakhosi yinye. We all draw from the hydrogen. Without hydrogen, there's no life on earth. Praise be to Asar. Amvuseleni. Hey, Asar is the same thing. Esuga ukabo. Remember, the chemical signature of our universe is carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Without these basic elements, there's no life on earth. So we've got to rise up to that consciousness. Ukuthi and nje hydrogen, right? We have more of melanin, meaning ukuthi we easily communicate because the sun, you know, is the what is called the Akashic records are there in the sun and nothing else. And our creator here in our solar system is the sun and the moon and nothing else. Don't hear stories that they have been parents and our grandparents. Lies. The only creator in our universe is the sun and the moon. Without these two cosmic bodies, there's no life on earth. And our ancestors were never ambiguous about that, where they tell you just believe us because we are older than you. It doesn't work in the African sense. Because whatever you say, Ubabu created all of us. Information he gave us, we went and, you know, because he allowed us. Go and do your own research. Don't just listen to me. Go prove it yourself. Because what is called the belief, you believe in something after you've proven, independently of the source. So this is how great Upam Credo was. Avusamazu. 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 Credo mode. Credo mode. Credo mode. Hey, if greatness comes there, when you don't deceive people, when you have access, you know, to information, especially about the laws that govern the universe, you don't then just keep that information to yourself and use it as a tagari Therefore, I know the laws that govern the universe. These people, all of them must bow down to me. That's nonsense. Because a great leader shows people how to connect back to nature. Because you want a fulfilled people, not robots that you just control by remote. Because here in GK, we believe that everybody has got a potential. And all of us have got that potential. If only we can know ourselves. Inkinga yethu is that, information when it's scarce about yourself. I think and believe that is also the source of greed and jealousy. When you don't know, you are ignorant of yourself. When you see people succeed and you are not succeeding, why? Because I was hard. Labantu labo baphila ngamatalent abo and nothing else. Abavugi bayekuseni bayomarketa. No, they don't do that. Bamamela umoya. Oh, umoya says I must carve this thing. They carve it. And somebody comes and buys it, they leave. Why? Because they are giving full expression to the soul that dwells within them. So there's no need to have jealousy. Those are traits, as God said. I'm business. I'm business. I'm business. I'm business. I'm business. I'm business. I'm a sing. 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 Yeah, that's the power. Who said is the power? And the Milan said. Why? Because who said only destroys everything that is not grounded by my art. Yes. So if you are grounded by my art, you don't need to worry about that. Instead to say, uzo defender. You use that as a step piece for you to ascend. Not the other way around. So therefore it's very important for us to know ourselves. That is why we are here. A lot of African people are sick. All of us were sick. And a lot of us are still sick. They need to heal themselves by taking a calendar. The calendar is your therapy. Because it gives you that foundation which, oh, I was born on this day, therefore I embody this energy. What are the characteristics of that energy? Because that is what I must follow. You get healed immediately. Because nothing can stop you from that. You become creative in your own way. You can live in Japan, you can live anywhere in the world. You will survive. Unlike when you are ignorant of yourself, you will be a perpetual slave. Why? Because all you want is to offer your service to somebody else. Instead of you creating, umsebenzi for yourself and other people. Remember, Sati, you assist and work for someone. Whilst you are creating, it pays for yourself. You need resources for you to launch your own thing. Go and work, but with a long-term vision that I just want to get as much resources for me to launch my own thing. Don't be like my father or my, grandfather who was happy to work for one company 60 years until they chased him away. Oh, we're not there. We're not there, Tina. And what you learn to create for yourself. This is the creative spirit that is being renewed now. Tap into that creative spirit so that you are able to produce. Like Kemet, even the university, we are establishing is already, I'm sure, before October. The only certificate we're going to give you, or you give us, not we don't give you. Because you need to produce either a product or a service. You can't be happy in a purple pet. I'm a graduate, came at university, but there's no product, there's no service. That is useless. That is useless. So when we assist you to say, okay, you are born under Uchehuti, therefore in communication, the core of your being, needs to communicate. That's all you need to do. Find a space. So when you graduate, you give us the product or a service. Then we spread it amongst other Africans. There's someone there that they produce this. And this is what we need. Remember, we have 1 million products that we need to replace. Over 1 million products that we need to replace from our colonizers.
Yes.
So umsebenzi mnengi for your talent. And the future is very bright as long as you are, consistent in doing what you are or what you know best. Don't want to come and somebody's territory. I know, I see about Yehuti. Hey, they are really succeeding. So therefore, I want to be in communication. This is what black people do. You start something, everybody wants to go there. You need to avoid that, because that's when jealousy starts. Oh, his products are sold more than mine. Then it's in your bonumamlambo. I'm going to do something that I'm going to put on my floor to attract her. But no, we're not that. Be the best of who you are. Give us a good product or a service. We will support you. That's all we are asking. And when you produce, don't think what you are producing for black people. Then you give us a substandard product. Yeah. We're not going to support you. Yeah. Never. You must forget. You must forget. Hey, Symphona, when you replace a product, go above the standard of that product. Because you're the best. You're the most intelligent human being on earth. There's nothing that can be a limit to you, African person, because you are Izulu. Huh? Remember, you were created. You are not birthed. You birthed everybody else that lives on earth, but you were created by Unomkubulwane. Then you hear people who say the aliens are white. When the universe is engulfed by blackness, which is carbon. So how can you imagine that being a defect? Never. What these people who landed there in Zanoila were as black as you and I. So it's not something, a story. Ubab credo beskuluma uti ubabonile yena uba experiencing, and this card they are coming back. Those that left and said we'll be back. We are on the verge of war, and they won't allow that to happen. They will certainly intervene. So you will hear a lot of the sightings. Which we saw this, we saw that, and our power is being renewed. This that you call witchcraft. We want it back. Yeah. And as if we are fake. Azotaya land of Andagazi fuck off. We want the real thing. Hey, we are the land of Hamboy. Who's telling what you will be in Japan in just 2 seconds? Ubu! after 5 minutes, you appear again and you tell us. When we call it Japan, but yeah, that's the technology we need to revive.
Yes.
It's not witchcraft.
No, it's not.
It's black power of God. Hey, that is where our power is. I mean, where we have revived that power. You can't then threaten us with a nuclear bomb, man. Because we just diffuser without using us. So please, man, let us dig them up. All these people are scientists, but these are call them scientists. Ever since I mean, I've been looking for them. They can build mantindane into elusi inkomo. How uyakwenza lokho nto? Makumele kwenzakale khona umuntu vanish. Abotsotsi ke la. Asifuna abotsotsi man. Remember ukuthi ubukhosi, all royal houses were strengthened by these are indigenous, healers and seers. Those who use telepathy. Ushaga would actually kill a king because they want that isangoma nenyanga yalapha. Do you understand? Because those people were capable of sending bees to the enemy. When they are about to jump the border, there are the bees stinging them. So that's the power we need, Marcus. And this is the power that is just so eminent now. Why? Because we are wiser. We are living now intelligently because we understand Uguti, as our planet revolves around the sun, it gives certain or makes certain energies prevalent at a particular time. Based on the degree between heaven or our planet Earth and the sun. Like now, hydrogen is back. That's why you're seeing everything is greening. It's hydrogen is back. So we are now preparing to go to Limpopo, the line of Capricorn there. That is when we are going to now inhale. Remember, the hydrogen that was renewed now in September, it's matured now in December. And the sun pumps. The sun and our planet Earth are closest. That's when the sun pumps hydrogen. And here in our country, Limpopo, that's a line of Capricorn. This is where the action happens. That's why we've got to be there to inhale that pure hydrogen before it is polluted. So it's a privilege for us to go to these places. So we are preparing that trip, from the 21st to the 23rd of December. Limpopo. Almost exactly the same thing. Ikesha again. Remember I said, Ikesha is very important. I used to say that, let's say umntwana kahlawulanga, all the rights haven't been done for the kid. The most important thing for those that have violated other people's homes, they go to that home. Just them stepping in that yard, it's a beautiful gesture. It kills all the problems. It's a gesture. As to how much they leave on the floor, for paying it damage, for me to impregnate their princess without me marrying that princess. So all that is done. It doesn't matter even if they leave 100 rands there. Money means nothing. Just the gesture of them, who violated, entering the yard to come and ask for forgiveness. That's all that matters. So even with us, it gesture, just the consciousness of knowing Guti, we have now passed the season of Asar. We are now in the season of Heteru and acknowledging Heteru. Heteru can see us. Heteru can feel our emotions. That is why everything will then manifest as per our communication with the principle of the season. So it's very important again, Makeshaguti, always, everything that we do, it has got to create a resonance. There was a discussion in terms of the correctness of that date, the 23rd. But now everybody is convinced, everybody witnessed, that natural drama of the sun. It was so beautiful. All those that were there saw it. The act, in just few seconds, the confirmation we got that yes, the sun is being renewed. Even the color, that appeared there, it was magical. We felt the sun, and the sun felt us. So it's very important for us to stick to this route as African people. Remember, we have 4 opportunities per year for us to assemble. But one of those days, kumele sihlanganeni e-stadium to demonstrate this unity of all Africans all over the world. That's what we are inviting. This is not confined to Africans that are here in the South, because the great empire of Kemet belongs to all. It's a heritage for all Africans. So it's a home for all Africans. So therefore our mobilization is for all Africans throughout the whole world, for us to make a pilgrimage. And it started because of the day we're doing operation Zimbabwe lapha eMaphungu, not eMaphungu, so the great Zimbabwe. Not Mona Mutapa, Mona Mutapa level. The great Zimbabwe, the stone, the ancient stone. There were black Africans that communicated with us. They were also celebrating. And remember, even the great Zimbabwe, it's along the meridian. But Ubabu Credo said, Inzalo is the holiest place on the continent. So therefore, there can be many places of pilgrimage. We all have to assemble in one place. Like what the Jews and the Chinese do. They all assemble in one place and they join in all over that were not able to be there physically. So this is what we need to drive to. Inzalo Elanga is our place of pilgrimage. Therefore, all of us, from there Egypt to here, when it comes to September 23rd, we have to be there in Zalo to welcome our ancestors and the sun, and communicate and actually demonstrate Uguti consciousness here. It has changed. We've been twisted. Now silungisekile. Sizisontululile. Because we've been going to church, siyosonto. We even say, yesonto. You're not even conscious of what you're saying. Meaning what you voluntarily want. So we are fine now. We're looking at the right direction now. because we are looking at the direction of nature and nothing else. Nobody's philosophy. It's nobody's philosophy. But Credo, I never said, you know, pray, 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 pray. Your prayers must be directed through me. I will then carry them to Umvelinganyi Nonumkubulwan. He said, no. Open your own door. Go yourself there. Hey. And you must experience. Jengamandi, you've got to experience it yourself. You can't be told all the time. Tina, like me, you know already. I can testify of the thing that just happened after Inzalo, which are very positive. You need to testify, and then you can't lie about that. Things happen when you are in alignment. You experience haircut. You become a magnet. You know, you draw things and the energies. We've managed to draw energies. We now know what they are capable people who are following GEK, who can assist in rebuilding our economy. They have the resources to do that. And they came and said, we are here, Mkulu. You know, we're just waiting for its way. And no program can proceed without us Africans demonstrating that power of unity. Nothing can proceed because we've got to demonstrate that unity. Then everything else will survive. How many people just threw money in our communities? Billions. Even though we know half of it was taken by them. But they threw so many millions here trying to revive. All the time they talk about township economy, rural development. Nothing will until, you know, Umtomnyama is one. Unity must be demonstrated. And remember, nobody gives you power. You take power. You don't ask for it. Your actions will determine whether you continue to be a perpetual slave or you revert back to your royalty. Yes, because we are royals. No. Royal blood runs in our veins. So we've been behaving like commoners. We are not commoners. We are the firstborns. Those that were created by the sun and the moon. So, amazibulu, insalabantu. Yes, that's the power we have. So let us go back to that power so that we rebuild, you know, the character in our lives again, so that we are respected. We want here in 10 years' time. They must come and market here. They want to clean our houses, whatever. Because the economy now is on our hands. The economy is on our hands. And this is what, it's not a joke, it's going to happen. What people are going to come and market in our own community. This is not happening now because a lot of us are still colonized, still operate with that colonial mindset. But once all of us regain our consciousness, if they don't live here, they must be prepared to work for us. And tonight we've been offering our services and labor to them without a problem. Huh? My mother or your father or mother were never there at home to raise you. Because the first thing they did, they removed your home and your family from their land. Then they send them to the cities to come and be slaves. Then everybody is now in a tight corner. How am I going to survive? Because black people were never stressed. White people who came on the continent, they said, Africans are the happiest people on earth because everything was balanced. My art was high in our consciousness. We had our land, we had our wealth, everything, everybody was sorted. If you were from Zimbabwe and you come and settle here in Gauteng, the Tswana king would call the community and say, here is a brother from Zimbabwe. Can we contribute, all of us? The other one chicken, the other one a goat, the other, so that you then become self-sufficient yourself. Not this thing that somebody from Zimbabwe is a foreigner. What's that? What is that? Because in Zimbabwe, there are many Shongwanes. There is a Shongwane kingdom in Zimbabwe. So what are you saying to me? My brother can't come here because of a colonial fence which must be destroyed. Then you ask yourself about the sanity of these leaders of Africa. Why are they still maintaining these, these colonial borders? Why did they form the Organization of African Unity? Was it not about destroying these borders? Or was it a question of perpetuating an illusion amongst Africans to think that they are doing something for us and that they are taking us deeper into poverty and mental slavery? That's why I say we are leaderless. We are led by very ignorant people, and people who love self-preservation, who benefits from Ebola, yes, Lesotho and South Africa, who benefits from Ebola in Swaziland and South Africa, and Zimbabwe, who benefits is the colonizer. The more divided we are, is the more they exploit our resources. We should kill them out, all of them, Washigas. They must go and leave us like this. And then we must suffer so that we are able to pick ourselves up. This thing of always being comforted, oh no, white people mustn't go because we are going to starve. We are mentally sick like us. Because these people, when they leave our land, they can't carry our land back home. It's an opportunity for me. I've been wanting to farm all the time. I now get an opportunity to get a farm and express what is inside me. Now you come and tell me, no, white people mustn't go. You are sick like us. You are sick. Hey, no. You can't talk bad about white people.
The economy.
Man, we must admit, black people are messed up, man.
Big time.
They don't see a future without a white person. That's a sick mentality. It's a sick mentality. White people didn't come and civilize here. We civilized them. We taught them how to pass, man. Yes. Now, they want to claim all that glory for themselves. Who taught them mathematics?
Us.
Who taught them about the human anatomy, man? Who told them about the calendar? Yeah, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Hey, we should tell, we should have told that fake queen to let them start the Jesus ship that brought them here. Let it start and start the idling mind. Hey. Because they are about to go back where they came from. Evil people. Yeah. Very evil. How are you comfortable reaping the benefits, knowing very well that the majority of people live in concentration camps? That you put them there, man. You sleep well at night. What type of a heart are you? What type of a heart? You are not a human being. It's the one that you favor man message to umuntu. You live all those kilometers from land in your cold Britain. You come and maim us here. Why? Because you want our land. You are sick. That's a sickness. And there is a sickness that can never be healed because it's in their DNA. You can't heal it. That's why you need to come out of their things and systems, man.
Thank you.
And rebuild your own systems. The first constitution in the world was written by African people. Go and research Sheikh Job, man, and Chancellor Williams. You will get all that information. What did a white person bring here? Strife and disease and all the negativity. So please, Makasha, we need this anger. You need to be angry. You need this anger. Oreo age. You can't operate from anger. I'm angry because I live in a concentration camp in my mother's land, man. Why shouldn't I be angry? Do I deserve to live like this? My children, are they confined to this life forever? I've got to do something. I would rather die, Mina, than ngiphile as a slave again. Never. Kill me if you want to kill me, but I'm not going to stop. Ngiyaphahlela. Your fake kingdom is going to fall. You like it or not? Iziqi zomuntu omnyama uyazizwa manje. Abasekho comfortable. They are no longer comfortable. They are selling farms and don't buy them. You can't buy stolen property. Because they will be as guilty as them. Remember in Republic of South Africa, Ubutsotsi, they stole our land and balkanized our land under this corrupt thuggery. So you can't, as a black person, go and buy that farm. That would be foolish. Because if that farm belongs to a Tswana king, you have no right to be there. So wait and join the movement to remove the real enemy, which is the Republic of South Africa. And that is why we are talking like this, because we are victors, we are not cowards. We are like Asar, we embody that energy of Asar, of being a victor. Victory is certain for us African people.
Yes.
It is certain. Nobody can stop it, food. We are getting our land back whether they like it or not. Sizoba lawyer if necessary. We will use any means necessary for us to regain our power again. And the thina futhi asina stress. Uma usendleleni walo moya uyakududula. Izoba dudula le ngqondo. Sinandaba na siyaphahla makhaya. Ukuphahla kwethu is more potent than ibhomo isibhamu. Because now kusaphahla before lisha eParliament. Uyakhumbula? Sathi sicelishe leni. Sathi sibuya le Limpopo. It was burning. December, sibuya Limpopo. It was burning. So ungathathi kancane umphahla. Ungamthathi kancane umphahla ngoba sikhuluma direct with the source. And the sikhuluma with our emotion. Masiphahla and our emotion are read by the source. Heka happens. Heka happens. So indlu yethu yobukhosi iyavuka. I'm tired of being a slave in my own. I would rather die than to cower and be afraid. Ukuthi they will send their monkeys to come and kill me. Oh no, you won't kill me, man. I can't die. I don't die because I'm not flesh, I'm spirit. You can't destroy energy, never. Doesn't matter how much you try. I will come back immediately.
Yes.
I renew into something else that you won't recognize me. Ngiyabonga makhehla. Ngiyabonga nje asibongeni uAsar mvuseleli.
Yes.
Umvuseleli usivuselela amandla obuqhawe.
Yes.
Angimazi mina umuntu omnyama olivayo.
Hayi. Wow.
Anginazi ivaka mina esintwini. Baba namadoda bebefela umhlaba. Mama basihloniphe kanjani? How are women, how are our indlovukazi zethu, how are they supposed to respect us when the land is still with the enemy, man? How are we supposed to be respected? And all men cower. We want to see who will go first. Thina siyazi leyo. Thina sizalwa amaqhawe namaqhawekazi makuthiwa impi. Yikho thina manje sifuna inkosi ezophaka impi. We want war. It's better for us to go to war now and have peace for the rest of our lives. Than ukuthi we perpetuated this slave mentality. Umlungu still benefit from our places. They are all making billions. And they don't even have the conscience to say, hey man, this is people's land. Let me just do something. We have to request. Like Lento Gucci, Abelungu, they never ask for forgiveness from us. Have you ever heard them saying they are sorry? Manje, why were you forcing us into reconciliation? Why were you forcing us into that? Because now they are making you a fool. They are saying to us, we never ask for forgiveness from you. i-arrogance yabo. Yikho sithi uJesus umkhumbi awuayidle manje. Abawutate lo mkhumbi waJesus because they are about to go in South Africa. Asabafuni labelungu. Thokozani bakhe. Uyakhuluma kuze kuyofana. Ngoba mawuthinta lento yomoya ivusa yonke into.
Yeah.
And basishaye la emoyeni. For us to be not aware of lomoya and the importance ya lomoya. Baloko basithengisela enticing us about material things. Even our youth, that's all they worry about. When it comes to weekend, buy konka or kubuyela pha eDurban. Huh? Ubona bagcwele khona. And the land is still not back. Those that stole the land are in training camps.
Yeah.
These white people are in training camps. They think they will intimidate us. Thina sikhathe umoya. Siyobashaya njengomphahla. And bazozambela. Futhi mase kukubi sibashaya ngodukanezwe. Kulamele sibe nabo khona. Ungayi wabona uyothatha impampa yesibhamu ukhomba umuntu hayi. Uzokunqoba into yakhe le. Mshaya ngodukanezwe. Umshaya usemsamo. Umuzwa hiye sayedwa. Yeah, no fikile indluku. Mele sigadle vele. Khasogadla manje. Ngalokho uthi wena uyinyanga ipowerful. Wenza lokhu nalokhu. Kepha ukhona siqhashazwa phelu. Ipower yakho iphi? Ulokhu ukhalisela abantu, I have a great close mina. Awuprove phela. Naba belungu yenene. Oh, bizu shashana nathi. Si vulnerable vele. But you know, how's proof? Just prove yourself. Sifuna that science kuwe. Ungalokhu usiclaimela nami I have a great close. It's greater than everybody else. Kepha we are still a slave. We are living in a concentration camp. Please, ngicela mina sikube itask yethu song. Lo mama no bamsolayo lo. Asondele. Hey, demakhona. Asisondeleni kulo mama. Sizwe ukuthi uphetheni. Tina, we have a way of using this technology.
Yeah.
We are not going to point it amongst our ufunani. That's stupid. Landa lapha ufunda Merva open hand. Uzwekela inyanga zamanga. Zithi abelungu abaloyiki. Amakhona ke. Basitshela manga makumele bayiprove lento basitshela le story. Hayi umlungu akaloyeki uthatha leyo. Uthatha leyo. Lethala leyo technology. Thina sokubonisa ukuthi kumele isebenze kuphi. Thokozani makhetha. Ngiyabonga kakhulu. Ngibonga nje nesizwe simnyama siyavuka. Every week ukufika abantu abasha. Siyabonga. We've got to spread the word. Kumele kufika isikhathi nathi si-operate njengamaJuda namaNdiya. Where siyazi ukuthi we are united. Si-unitwa i-culture nomoya.
Yes.
As-unitwa amathenda. Amathenda nemali kusixabanisile, we've proven that. Doesn't work. Yingakho kumele si-unite yini yilo moya kamveli ncane. Finish. If sonke sesazi ukuthi siguqa ngesikhathi esi-right as a collective, akekho umuntu ozosivimba. Uzwani la makhehla? Mina ngazi ukuthi ni projecta kanjani. Mina, I'm saying lento siyenzayo is not only to rule Africa, but to rule the world again. Yes. The whole world. Because the whole world needs a parent to guide. And we are parents as black people. Ingane zethu zonke lezi kumele sibuyele and retake our position of being parents and parent all these children. Mahlongandlela bantu abangezwa, hey abezwa, hey labantu abezwa. Hey, so great once ruled the world. It's proven. Yibo who civilized Europe and America, and they were the first people all over the world because we are the first citizens of the planet. Ivan van Sertima has proven that. They only appeared only 55,000 years ago. Before that, the whole world was black. Go to Australia. First people were there, black. Go to America. How compared to your Africa? Well, no, we are because from a cave. You found us there. The Olmecs were black people. We traveled to the Americas before anybody else, before Columbus. Study Ivan van Sertima. You will get all this, information. So, ungathuswa abelungu all over the world ingane kuwe. They can't tell you anything. They can't teach you anything. Abelungu. They are children to you. You can only bow down to them when you are ignorant of yourself. But in Amanje, we've regained our consciousness. We are parents, therefore, we are going to parent this city. Hey, if you may see, can't. Hey, find you. Hey, if I am not like that, about from all over the continent. So therefore you can't blame them. If bazenze. Faka umthetho again, like lento sizamugenza. When we are all bounded by Ma'at, all people who come here in our place will have to follow that. This is a simple thing. And our brothers are willing and ready to follow that. Kunomthetho South Africa. Manjeni, why are you expecting brothers and sisters ukuthi yibo bazofaka umthetho? If ikhaya lakho lingenamthetho alinamthetho ubona nje ngengane nokwenzakalayo lapha. That's why South Africa is so futhi igama leli curse. That's why kunalezi zinto lezi. Mele siyeke ukubiza legama South Africa. It's associated with slavery, colonization. This is southern part of Kemet. The Africa yonke it's Kemet. Finish. That is what it's a campaign that we need to try. Rename this continent. So that we divorce ourselves from, the Organization of African Unity, or what is called now the African Union. Nonsense body, which must just be killed. So we need to move away from these people who are selling us, pretending as if they are doing something for us. How can you do something for us when you are being funded by the colonizer? So don't tell us lies. You go and fight for stupid positions there in Africa Parliament, here right in Midrand. What they were fighting for, even hitting women. Mind you, that's the type of a person that should lead me. Never.
No, no.
They must go to their handlers, say Europe. France, Britain, all these people. Father Nalaba who went and buried that fake queen. Baba Fagema Pasi. To really show that you are picking in his mind. You are fuck off. Pass embarrassed. They did that. Tina, we are angry with that woman for all the lies and the killings that she commanded their people to do upon us. Right when the universe is answering our call, because we're calling for that. All the system must fall. Now the universe, they are hitting the head. Where now, sell out, you are crying. Why are you crying? Why are you mourning? When Africa is celebrating, we are mourning. When? Can't you, who are you representing? So stop telling us lies. Say that you are a leader of, black people. You are not a leader of black people. You are a sellout, man. You represent the colonizer. That is demonstrated by the way you wear on a daily basis. Coming a time every day. Yini tie? What's the origins of tie? To us, man. That's why they started Lendole. They hand us Nalama time, man. Net time. Then they made it a fashion statement now. As a symbol of conquest. We've conquered these monkeys. We are going to wear that symbol. The very same thing that we used to hang them. They will admire it. You look at them. Nah, go to parliament, all of them.
And have it in different colors.
All of them go to parliament. They're wearing ties, representing an African house. What a shame! What a shame! Don't they know the history of a tie? Angisho ukuthi sonke sibuke lapho. Nami bengwafaka. When I was still blind, I used to wear ties myself. But the day I gained the consciousness, my kids can testify. I had to start a new wardrobe, buying material, giving my guys to sew for me. Ever since I gained consciousness. Mind you, what's your excuse? It's got so good, but in the process, if there are any questions, I'm here before Sistuga. Any comment or Funuguschela Gutuena, a testimony ever since Ubuya in Zalo, this is what happened. This is the floor. Any question? Thomas, okay. Oh, shine. Thomas.
Izolo lo akhuluma indaba yakhe izolo lo kade sihlangane ngokuthi sayishintsha lapha sihlangane esikolweni eMampuru Hall afike eMampuru Hall ayisidingide kuqale kube nokungazwani kodwa umoya uthena uphakama sithena siphuma lokho lento besikhala ngayo ngoba khona umuntu esihlangana naye othi hayi mina ngiyayeza omunye futhi siqeda kuhlangana nalo kube khona omunye futhi athi hayi nginayo mina lento le nginganitholela yona le yasimkhulu naku labadala besihamba nabo angithi abayazi JK into ayikhulekayo umoya lo osebenzayo umoya lo osebenzayo
sonke sibhedlela ngakho yasaba ukukhulula hayi siyabonga yeke sibili uDr. Sebi wethu lo siyabonga khesi upromisile izolo ukuthi uzoza namakhehla thokozani upromisile ukuthi uza namakhehla namhlanje bafikile uyasebenza izolo bese-town naye wangifaka kwabanye abantu une-network uphile i-network okumele we should try and see ukuthi how do we cooperate labantu abagcwele abathengisa lapha from Ethiopia and everywhere lapha edrobheni hey man, that is true black empowerment. That is true black empowerment. Because labantu laba if singa cooperator now, we can set up a plaza yethu as we are black people. Sibe nje ne shopping center yethu, all stored by us. That's what we need and that's what we deserve. We need to find a true period. I know we will have engagement so that these people have been told a lie that our townships are dangerous. That's why they are not in townships. They are confined in town. We need them to come and set up land so that we are able to avoid all these stores. Into 90,000. So yabona imali mase idakiwe kahle asazi ukuthi wenzani ngayo ugcina wenza isitolo enjalo uhambe uyothenga isicathulo se-90,000 mara so mele sibuyele and actually manufacture these things ourselves. The future ilapho manufacturing or now ukhetha ufuna ukunambithisa sondela
Asar.
I have a testimony from what I saw and felt in Zaharo. I'm not sure what to say. Unfortunately or fortunately, I can't use words to tell you. So I'll express the experience with my weapon.
Yeah, sure. This is my store. Which one is that? Blue lace. Lace, okay. Don't say too much, eh? Yeah. This one is an agate, but it's